Hey guys, welcome back. Today is day 14 of this 30 days Leetcode challenge, and today's question is perform string shifts. And yeah, so let's get started. You are given a string S containing lowercase English letters and a matrix shift where shift of I is a two-dimensional array containing direction and amount. So we are given a string and we are given a matrix, basically a 2D array named shift, and each element of the shift contains two elements. So contains an array that contains two elements. The first element is the direction and the second element is the amount. And if you look at this, this is how the input is. This is the string, and shift is a two-dimensional array containing, and each array contains two elements. So the first element is the direction, and they are saying that it can have values of 0 and 1. And when they say 0, it means left shift, and when they say 1, it means right shift. And amount is the amount by which string S needs to be shifted. So basically, the amount is the number of characters in the string that needs to be shifted. So, and when they say left shift, it means that we have to remove the first character. So when they say left shift by 1, it means that remove the first character of S and append it to the end. So left shift, we are removing the character from the beginning of the string and appending it to the end. And what is the number of characters that needs to be removed? That is determined by the amount. The same way we do for right shift, uh, we will be removing from the end of the string and appending it to the beginning of the string. And here they have given example for one characters, but we have to do it for the number of characters that is specified in the amount. So if this can be better explained with this example. So in this example, we are given the string ABC, and there are two shift operations. The first shift operation contains a 0. That means this is a left shift. As per this, this is the left shift. So in left shift, what we'll be doing is removing the character from the beginning and appending it to the end. And so we'll be removing one character from the beginning of the string, which will be A in this case, and adding it to the end of the string. So our result will be BCA. And if you look at 1 comma 2, this means we are doing a right shift. So we'll be removing the substring of length 2 from the right of the string and appending it to the front. So in this case, we'll be removing the substring CA from the end of the string and adding it to the beginning of the string. So CA will be added to the front. The same way, if you look at this example, so let me give you another perspective. So when they say to right shift and of one characters, and here they have given to right shift of one characters, and then they are doing to left shift, uh, one left shift of two characters. So if you overall if you observe that these three operations are basically, you are removing one character from the start and adding it to the end. Again, you are removing one character from the start and adding it to the end. And then you are removing two characters from the end of the string and adding it to the beginning. So if you observe that after this three operations, the resultant string will become the same as what was our input string, and we'll be left with just one operation, and this one operation will determine our final string that needs to be returned, the result. So the final operation says remove three character substring from the end. So from the end, if you check for three characters, EFG, they are added to the beginning of the string, and that is what we are going to do whenever we find in this 2D array, if the first element is 0, then we'll be removing this many characters from the start of the string, and if whenever we find 1, we'll be removing a substring of length this much from the end of the string. So rather than manipulating this string for each shift operations, what we'll do is find the cumulative result and just create a single string at the end of the string, and after calculating the net result. So what I'll do is uh, whenever I find a zero, I'll start calculating the length of the substring that needs to be manipulated. And for 0, what we'll do is we'll increase the length of the substring, since that will be done from the start of the string. And whenever we find 1, I'll be decreasing the length of the substring, and because in that case the substring will be counted from the end of the string. And at the end, whatever is the result, if the result if the substring length that is found is positive, that means we have to remove the characters from the beginning of the string. And if you find that the net result in that case, if it is negative, then we have to remove the substring from the end of the string. So let me explain this with the code. So the substring length will be calculated, and what I'll do is I'll iterate through the shift array and basically if check for my elements that are present in the shift array. So if shift of I, and I find the first element to be 0, that means I have to remove the character from the start of the string. So what I'll do is I'll increase my length by the number of characters that is given to me. And if I find that the first element is 1, then in that case I'll decrease the string length that needs to be shifted by the given amount. So at the end, what I'll find after this operation is done, my substring length will either be positive or negative. And if my substring length is positive, then I have to remove the substring this many characters from the beginning of the string. And if it is negative, then this many characters will be removed from the end of the string. And so what I'll do is I'll check if the substring length given to me is positive, then remove so in this case we'll remove cats from beginning. And in the else part, we have to remove cats from end. And yeah, and what we'll do is if the substring length is positive, then this becomes pretty straightforward. But there is a possibility that the substring length will actually become more than the length of the string, so we'll have to do a modulo operation. We basically have to find what we'll do is do the modulo operation with respect to the length of the string. And we'll find the first string uh, which will uh, which will be the substring that starts from index 0 and goes up to the substring length. And the second substring that will be found is will start from whatever substring length. This will be the index in that case, and it will go up to the length. And this the result that will be found, the result string. uh, So what we'll do is the first string that we found will be added to the end of the string. So second string will become the first one, and the first one will become the second one, and that will be the result in our case. Now for the else part, uh, we have to find the modulo, but in Java this percentage operation actually gives you the remainder of the string and not the modulo. If you check this Stack Overflow question, it says it explains how the percentage operation works for negative numbers. So if you try the modulo operation, this is not a modulo operation in Java as it happens in Python. So if you try to do this percentage operation in with negative numbers in Python, you always get a positive value. Whereas if you try the same thing in Java, what you'll find is there is a possibility that this percentage operation will give you a negative number, and that is explained here. So percentage operation is returns the modulo, whereas in Java it returns the remainder, and that's the reason we have to handle this substring length negative values separately. So what we are doing is the substring length, it will we'll have to find the absolute value and of this, and then divide it with the length of the string, and the rest of the operation will be same, except there will be a little twist at the end. So with our first substring, this substring length is from the end of the string and not from the beginning. So we have to subtract to find the index of the last character. We have to subtract this length from the entire length of the string. So I'll use this len as the length of the string, and the end index in this case will be length minus the substring, and our second string will start the same way, and that will be the result, and that needs to be returned from here. So let's run this and check if this works. Yeah, so the expected answer is CAB, and our answer is CAB as well. So, and let's try for different length. So let's say I do only one-sided operation, the left shift, and let's, since this is of length 3, so let's try it for length 5, and yeah, so the answer matches. So let's try it for try doing a right shift for length 5. If this works, we'll submit the solution. So yeah, BCA and BCA. So yeah, the answer matches. So let's submit the solution and see if our solution is getting accepted or not. Our solution is accepted and all the test cases have passed. So however, we don't have distribution how good our solution was compared to others. So yeah, uh, if you if you have any questions about this, do comment on this video, and yeah, if you like this solution, then give it a like thumbs up button, and subscribe, and click on that bell icon if you want to be notified when I upload the solution for day 15. So thank you.